Ooh, nostalgia filter. I like this one. So this is going to be 6.3 because I'm still in the same mindset as yesterday. So, ooh, there's fucking light. I hope we just have cabinets as a background. Yay! Big titties and cabinets. Um, Part 6.3. So, talking about children being sexualized by grown ass men. Yeah, growing up in the 70s, it was very fucking common that, just random ass old men would be like, come sit in my lap, and they'd bounce you on their knee, which is kind of fucking creepy as an adult ass human now. And then they would talk about, oh, how you're developing nicely, and soon when you grow up, I'll marry you, and it's fucking creepy ass gross shit. And on top of that, I was 14 years old before the incident, what do I call it? I used to like to hang out at the Norwalk Mall, and there was a pizza place there. I don't remember the name, but they had like all the cool little things, a little arcade. It wasn't like a mall like you're thinking. It was just a little mall. A lot of offices, big grocery store on one side, liquor store on another, with a pizza joint and 31 flavors and a little arcade and a couple jewelry shops. Just nothing major, just a small little thing. But I'd like to hang out there. It was a few blocks down the street. It was warm in the wintertime. We'd hang out in the garage, just be warm and fucking just be kids. Look at all the asbestos on the ceiling. Fuck yeah, that was real. So, there was a place down the street, and my neighbor owned it. It was called Performance International, and this is before the internet. Like, now you can just buy whatever the fuck you want, but like back then you had to like go to specialized stores. And although we weren't in New York, we were very close to New York, so a lot of like famous musicians and such would come to his store and buy spandex and all the great stuff. I was 15 when I got my first really cool outfit from there. It was a fringe top that went over one shoulder and under the other, fringy, and some tiger striped spandex or some shit, leopard print. It was the 80s. But that was my neighbor on the corner, and he was fucking really pervy, like, just to begin with. And he was my friend/neighbor across the street neighbor, so fucking creepy guy. Like, you go over his house, he'd be like, hey, fucking teenagers want some drugs and alcohol. I don't remember his name. But I like to hang out there, so I like to look at all the fancy, expensive shit. I'm talking, this is in the fucking 80s. We're talking, a spandex top for like $60. That's fucking expensive in today's money. That's like a $200 top, So, I was hanging out in there, and, I met a guy, and, he was like hitting me up and talking me up and stuff like that, and I know he's like, well, where are you going? I said, well, I'm going to have some pizza in the mall, blah, 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 as you're welcome to join me or whatever. So he says, sure, I'll come with you. So I go over there, and I like the big Sicilian piece of pizza, And we're sitting there talking, and he's like trying to, get me to go back to his hotel with him and shit like that. And he says he's a bass player for a band, and they're up and coming. Everybody's going to be loving him soon. And his name is Slash, by the way. And I was like, dude, I am 14. And he's like, oh, age ain't nothing but a number, and blah, blah, blah. You're so mature for your age. And I was like, no, thank you. So I dodged that bullet. But it's fucking gross. It's just gross. I can't even tell you the sheer amount of fucking older guys that were just like, didn't care if you were 13 or 14 or 15. They just really wanted to stick it to you. And I think that's the fucking disease of this country is not that, there's crime or people have the church or shit like that, because fuck you. Okay. Most kids are molested by the priest, but, or a religious leader or a person who claims to be religious. It's legitimate. But it's the fact that we normalize sexualizing children. And they're like, oh, well, he's just playing, or, you got creepy weird uncle, like, oh, cover yourself up, Uncle Todd's coming to supper this evening. No. Until we brutalize men the way they want to brutalize children, who would brutalize children, there's not going to stop. I mean, it's always been a thing that men want to fucking stick their penis in the smallest thing, youngest children and shit, because they want to be the first one there. Men have a thing about conquering. And to them, it's just a conquest to fuck a child. Secretary. I don't care if it's a child, ruin her fucking life, or she spends the next 25 years hypersexual trying to figure out her fucking identity because of a rape that nobody would believe her about. So, Okay, we didn't normalize therapy either. So I think seriously what needs to be done with these people who rape children, because that's what it is rape. No child can fucking consent because I don't know what they're consenting to. I think we should take them and harvest their organs. While they're alive. Without anesthesia. Like, oh, you raped a child. Well, there's a person who needs a kidney. Guess what they're getting? Your kidney. I would just do that publicly on TV. Do pay-per-view. Raise money for the family of the person who needs an organ transplant to help with the surgery. Pay-per-view. You think I'm fucking cruel? No, I'm not. What's cruel is the epidemic of women and children and young boys and young girls and young men who have been brutalized sexually as children, and they're just left to deal with the pieces. Society tells them fucking get over it. That was a long time ago. And then those people in turn more likely to brutalize other people because they don't know how to have a fucking healthy, functioning sexual relationship. They just don't. And when you grow up in a fucking family that just ignores it, makes it just go away because it's uncomfortable to think about, then again, it perpetuates it. That's the disease with America. And the whole world at this point. We're covering for people because, he knew Jeffrey Epstein, but they didn't hang out. They fucking hung out. There's pictures of them together, which means they went to his island and fucked children. If you want to know the sheer amount of fucking politicians who take your tax dollars, your tax money, and they fly to places like Indonesia and the Philippines and shit like that, where child sex trafficking is not only not even noticed, but it's a whole entire industry. And when your fucking tax dollars have sex with children because it's legal or not illegal there, you would be fucking appalled. You think it's just the Republicans or just the Democrats with their sex cabal? It's not, dude. It's all of them. All the rich and wealthy people. Because it's another fucking conquest. It is. It is simply, gosh, I have everything I could possibly need. A yacht inside of a yacht inside of a yacht inside of a yacht with my Mercedes with a helicopter. But I haven't done fucked a 10-year-old. I haven't had a threesome with 2 10-year-olds. And then they go do that. And we fucking put these people on a pedestal because they have money. Does not make you a better person, fuck nuggets. Okay? And especially if they grew up with money and privilege and wealth. If people will stop calling me the 5 seconds a day, I do a video, that'd be fucking amazing. But anyway, so 14 years old, famous people trying to fuck me, absolutely disgusting. And then at 15, I went to Ilan, and I will talk to you Ilan, but that's gonna be like a multi-fucking series. This is gonna be a lot. It's gonna be probably hundreds of videos. So this is part 6.3. I just wanted to get on with that from yesterday. I meant to do it yesterday, but I got sidetracked. Children not sexy. Have a good day.